Usman dan Fodio sold idea of Almagiri to the north, and now it is a problem. Tanko Yakasi reveals. Hello, my wonderful people. An elder statesman and northern leader has said Usman dan Fodio, the man who came with the conquest to want to conquer, and the stories goes that he said they would have conquered Nigeria if not for the British that stopped them on their track. But really, it was not the British, it was God Almighty, because when a man's power is not enough to fight his enemy, is the Most High, the Almighty, that fights for such a man. You cannot impose your ideas on people. To an extent, it may look like you are doing it and you are succeeding, but the truth of it is that even nature has a way of repelling things that are not right. Okay, Usman dan Fodio, did you yourself, I know that you are dead and you are now in your grave, probably your bones and what have you. Okay, maybe the bones have even decayed. Did you yourself not grow up under a mother who tutored you, who loved you? You had food, warm food in your tummy, and yet you introduced such a devilish art where children are left to roam on the streets. Some become, some are preyed upon, some are sexually harassed, some are, just imagine all the kinds of vices and things. A few, succeed at the end of the day, but becomes the survivor of the fittest. Okay, what need not to be happens. Please do not forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. Usman dan Fodio sold the idea of a mergery to the north, and it is now a problem. Tanko Yakasi. An elder statesman, Halaji Tanko Yakasi, has traced the issue of a mergery in the northern part of the country to Usman dan Fodio. Tanko narrated the history during his interview on Channels TV. The practice of imagery is one of the vices and the vital issues discussed in the North, and various stakeholders continue to speak against this. It has continued to we've continued to express our views on this very topic, on how children are left to roam and care for themselves. A lot of them come through a lot of hardship, die in the process, and lots more goes on. Speaking concerning Amajiri, Tanko said the money governors in the north have spent can be utilized to address some of this problem by creating job opportunities, integrating the Amajiris into the society. The issue of Amajiri has a long history, which could be traced to the arrival of Usman dan Fodio into the scene, into Nigeria. Speaking further, he added, Usman dan Fodio was a religious leader who sold the idea of Islamic education to the people. At that time, it was very relevant, and people voluntarily sent their children to Islamic school to get Islamic education. There was no Western education to compete with Islamic education at the time. So it was the norm and the order of the day, and people accepted it and saw it as a way of their children becoming enlightened. However, there is a different situation now. The governors need to produce programs for their respective states to address the issue affecting the states. We've all seen that the system of Amajiri or Islamic education does not work. This can be thoroughly integrated, reapproached to ensure that we bring an end to the very core of what is bringing criminality to the north and making the north not a safe place. Well, on a more serious note, I want to commend the elder statesman for saying the truth that you can see. He compared it very closely with the education we have now to what was then, the Western education. Okay, what was then, honestly speaking, there was no Western education. So it was a way of parents saying, something to enable their children, make them, relevant in the order of those days and bring them to speed on what could possibly become, give them, arm them with all the wealth of knowledge that he could have at that point in time. But many waters have gone under the bridge. It's no longer business as usual. Those things you once saw, that you thought were the deal, it's no longer what it is. The things we're experiencing now, and largely the whole insecurity seriously lies. The whole insecurity we're experiencing now seriously lies on that borderline of people not being able to, truly integrate with today. At the time Usman and Fodio introduced that, it worked. Okay, people were armed with all the relevant information they needed religiously to be able to utilize and become, important and even have such education. Education gives you like an edge. Yeah, so they were the scholars of the day. They were the ones, and some guess what? In the process, it became adulterated because man has a way of imbibing or putting his own idea, infiltrating it. So as I begin to go along the line, I feel that the person that taught me was not serious enough. The person was too lenient. So it's my time now to show them how it is done. But it was that the ancient landmark, and today we can see what has happened in those lines. So these are some of the things going on, and these are some of the abnormalities that we introduced. Sadly, it's bad enough that it was introduced. It's worse that the people of today do not want change. Okay, they want to keep it as it is, even though they know it is not working. They know, clearly speaking, that this thing is not working. It has done us more harm than good. What can we do? How do we change the situation? What can we put in place? How do we ensure that those things that used to be a problem is no longer a problem to us? How can we, draw in more confidence and ensure we support the people that are with us, year and year? How do we ensure that, people who are transmitting any form of education, whether religiously or whatever way they are doing it in the best possible way. They are doing it as it is. Okay, if we can really truly ascertain that these things are done decently and in order, then we are beginning to look at a new dawn of a new day. But when we have people who do not, mind for what is happening, and all they think and care about, is we are the custodian. Custodian of what? Custodian of what? You know you are wrong. And now look at children littering the streets. And instead of the government to do something about it, I beg your pardon, they do nothing. The government clearly do nothing. So, I mean, it is what it is. You have a problem, but you're doing nothing about it. How do you intend it to go away? Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Please do not forget to like us, share, subscribe. God bless you. Have a lovely and a fantastic day. From us, it's bye for now. Bye.